get it right. Let's 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 get it right.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Ooh, I know it, don't you? Yeah, it's crazy. I know it. It's crazy. Yeah, I know it. I know it. Stay crazy. Let's get into this here.
It's been a long time since you sat down for one of these.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What have you been up to?
Wow, everything, a lot. Most people go through their things, very practically.
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. I'm fucking Jay-Z. Respectfully.
Or
Like, for what? Oh, to what end?
how would you rate your 2025? Looking back on the last year.
It was hard, really hard. It was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah, I'm glad we got right to that, so we could just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like, I was really heartbroken by, like, everything that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
With all, we in a space now where it's just, like, almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that whole Busby,
The civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
that shit took a lot.
All the war in the building,
I was
Cat in the
angry.
building, Lori in the
Everything
building,
that
Chris in the
anger
building.
all the time. Uncontrollable anger. Like, you don't put that on someone. Like, that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like, you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person. Let's say a person like me. Like, even when we were doing worse things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. Morals, integrity, code. Those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like, it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard. And I knew that we was gonna walk through that. We was gonna walk through that. Because, first of all, it's not true. And the truth is, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know. This is the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Actually, it was just like, all right, man, we played enough defense. 2026 is all offense. When we first dropped Reasonable Doubt, we sold 34,000 records. We went at MTV, give us a performance at the last slot.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? You don't even have a video. Let me play it. They ain't say the word, but you know what I'm saying. But the energy was like, you're new.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't proven yourself. But in our mind, the fact that we released an album was proof enough from concept. We did it. That was hard then. Remember, we're not in control of distribution, marketing, anything. We're going like a street team approach to this. And so when we put the album out, that was the win.
Yeah.
And when we had some success, and remember, on the streets we were platinum. Anywhere you was gonna go, you were gonna hear we moved out.
Did you feel that way at the time?
No, at the time I wanted a deal.
Were you
So I went
dejected?
to every single label, huh?
Did you feel like dejected or?
I wasn't. Yes, I was rejected, not dejected.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Like every door was, but I always believed in myself.
Yeah.
It wasn't a moment that I thought I'm not good enough for this industry.
Mm-hmm.
At every rejection, I thought, why do we have this guy in place? He doesn't know what's going on.
Like they're slacking. They're not seeing the vision. When you look back at that time, are there things that you're glad that you didn't know?
Yeah, of course. It's almost like if you're in a room and you go through this room and you get to the end and you open the door and you're like, wow. And then you turn back and you turn the lights off and it was like pits and snakes. You know, your naive nature just naturally navigated you through the dark. And that's made up for the things that we didn't know. And it helps because you can learn something so much that you just tap out. I think that happens a lot in the music business. Like people get in the music business for the right reasons and they're very passionate about it, but then it becomes mundane.
It reminded me of an old Kanye quote of something he said about you. When he said, with Jay, you always see the win. What do you think he meant by that?
I think that showed the entire picture, from You Must Love Me to Regrets to, Soon You Understand. But the wins are so big that I can see where that can dominate a person's memory. You forget the losses.
Yeah. Or the perception.
Yeah, but that becomes the perception that it's only wins. And then I do say I will not lose. So I'm going to add to the perception as well.
I was going to say you also are really good at kind of like, you have a discipline of almost like shrugging off any kind of perception of a loss. Like, let's let Nessa go 0 for 82. I'll look at you like it's gravy, like, you know?
Yeah, because it's all wins. If I had 0.1 of the nest, I won.
Or
it's like I had ownership in a basketball team in Brooklyn.
Is that something you continue to apply? Like, when, God forbid, something goes wrong, don't freak out. We can.
Not even God forbid when something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. Everything in life happens for your greatest good. Everything. I had to not get a deal in order to become who I am today. It didn't feel like the greatest blessing of all. It was the greatest blessing that I didn't get a deal, right? So again, everything in your life, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
When you
don't skip over that.
Yeah.
It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So you just got to know the distinction. Everything is just how you relate to it. There's no good or bad. Shit happens. It's life.
When did you reach that acceptance of that concept though?
I read a lot of books early, Seed of the Soul, Celestine Prophecies, and all these different books, and I was picking up all these gems and jewels on the way. But I was also 26 when I came in, and I lived a lot of life in those 26 years. Marcy to Trenton, New Jersey, to Cambridge, Maryland, to Newport News, Virginia. I met all sorts of people and in all sorts of situations. And I came out without a scratch. Never been to jail.
3 shots never touched me.
3 shots never touched me. I've never been, I came out unscathed. It was very rare. And I was always curious after that. Once you reach that part, like I've had the living, and now I'm like, man, why did that happen? I'm always questioning, like, why did that happen? Why did it happen that way?
I want to ask you just a little bit about a written testimony specifically, just because that was the most recent release. I think it came out like right before the pandemic started, so
yeah, like the day.
The day.
Yeah. My favorite verse is off that just jumbled track. I love that track. It's so noisy and just so unorthodox. Flux capacitor.
You know what's funny about that? So I don't know if you remember this. You and I were emailing about that. Because I wrote about that album, and I said, this verse is crazy even if it's offbeat. Yeah. And you said that being offbeat was the point, champ, and I was like, what can I say to that?
Yeah, sometimes you need to sit in the pocket. Cause my pocket is always, it's like with a foot over the thing anyway. It's always hanging to the last moment. And it's like, because sometimes I try to fit a lot of words into like a small space. then that last word, just like get in the door.
Sticking with a written testimony, you have a couple of verses on it that I really like because they kind of speak to what's going on with you in a broader sense in the culture, like on Universal Soldier, I think it is, when you said that you don't keep the same energy for the DuPonts and the Carnegies.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the struggling artist. That's a mind game, what we would call back in the day for tricknology. It was like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take advantage. No one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in a capitalist structure. That structure exists, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic. People speak about the world how they want to see it. You're never going to win like that.
You said something just now, though, about you pushing independence, right? Kind of like in the spirit of Prince. When you embody that, do you feel like you are kind of setting a mold or leading a charge for like what the successful black man is allowed to do? And like breaking these spaces, breaking these confines?
Yeah. I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary.
Take what?
Allowed. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to do anything. In order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you. Mm-hmm. No one has authority over us. We exist like everyone else there. No one can allow us to do anything. But that word comes from a real space. And I want to eliminate all those type of words for us. Yeah. Yes, so the answer to that is yes.
When you're on a mission to eliminate words like allow, like you said, mm-hmm. Do you feel like that makes you a target sometimes from?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. What's the Nipsey thing? Pray for me, y'all. One day I'm gonna have to pay for these thoughts. Real niggas is extinct. It ain't safe for me, my dog. These are real fucking lyrics.
You've come back to that a lot in the last few years. Like the more I reveal me, the more they will kill me. Stuff like that. When you say they, like who is that?
Whatever the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo, mm-hmm. and keep us in a position of using words like allow. Mm-hmm. So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they. Yeah. That's they. And it actually goes beyond color. Yeah. Because I've encountered that a lot. I've encountered that a lot where it was just like, okay, this successful black man, they get with him. Yeah. And for help. And they're like, you don't fuck with no rap shit.
Oh wow.
Not like out like that, but
that's the energy.
Like the energy. It's like you see the energy. Yeah.
I was thinking about how you described last year as being angry and for the first time in a while. Yeah. I wondered what it felt like to be pulled back into that feeling and how you pulled yourself out or how you leaned on the people around you. Yeah. And saying to please.
Yeah, I needed the people around me more than ever. Mm-hmm. Because usually when I have that feeling, I would just make music and just be therapeutic. I'll be able to upload it out. Yeah. And I would be like, I'll move on. I had to sit in that for a long time. And luckily I had that. And right, again, I built this circle mm-hmm. that's really safe for me, of people that really love me, not using me, and really care for my best interest. So I was able to have that in the time, the most crucial time for me. Yeah. Especially people that were close to me, and I'll explain. So when those type of things happen, people run. They don't care what happened. They don't care. It's like, save yourself. Yeah. You know, so I have partners. You know, I've had big deals with, I called my guy from LMH, hey man, this is coming, and I can't get rid of it. I can't take a settlement.
Yeah.
It ain't in my DNA. First of all, first I had to tell my wife, let's just back up.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even in me. I know what this is the weight that this is gonna bring on our family.
Mm-hmm. I
can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament because people know me. Like I know who you are, and that's impossible. And not only we standing by you, but what do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of do to come back from that personally or emotionally, I guess?
I'm still working with that. That's a great question. I'm still dealing with that.
What was it like watching Blue come to her own even more on this most recent tour?
That was amazing. You know, because on the first tour, you know, there was a lot of conversation around her first performance, and she worked really hard to get to that point, but she still wasn't going for it. She still was like going through the motions, and then after that, she just started going for it. Like she started fighting back. I saw her fight, maybe for the first time in her life, like fighting back. You know, like not everything is just given to her and everything is easy. She had to fight for that, and she fought for it. Then to see her do the amount of work, she's almost on every number.
Yeah.
I had to take her off physically or something. I'm like, man, you can't be on that stage where she's singing, 6-inch heels, you crazy? That's never gonna happen. Like it was like that. It was like a fight. Or she wanted to dance every single number. And that's a lot of, choreography to remember. She was 13 at the time, that's a lot. And she was nailing it. She was going crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And Blue was a crazy pianist. But she won't let us get her like a teacher. She don't want to be mentored in that way. Because she wants it to feel just like fun. She don't want it to be a job. But when she has a perfect pitch, anything. If she hears a song, she'll be like, play it again, and then she'll play it.
Oh, wow.
Like she'll teach herself, she'll find the notes, and then she's off playing. That's just talent, because we tell her like, that's not normal, right? And she's just like, no, I just want to play. I enjoy playing, let me just play. So she doesn't work at that. She worked at this, and it makes me proud that she fought for something that she really wanted to do. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna be able to get off that stage now. I don't know.
You pop out like when you want to, you record when you want to, like you're not in that stricture.
Yeah, I think 444 released a lot. Although it's the hardest album for me to make, it's still hard I can't even listen to 444 because it's the album that I was always afraid to make. You know what I mean? Like you think about like, man, I want to make an album like it's just like pure and just like vulnerable and just like the real interior thoughts. Not like this Superman, like this mythical figure.
So it's interesting for you to like pinpoint that because like we were saying earlier, the last time you did one of these like kind of real sit downs was around 444 when that had like just happened and just come out. So I'm curious now like what it's like that it's been some time since that and how you kind of evolved with those changes and going through that door, like you said.
I'm super proud of the work that I've done and put in and to be able to do that in front of the whole world. Yeah. Like most people, they get to, go through their things, very privately.
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. 444 to like everything is love. That's a real chapter in life that it got recorded.
Everything is love. You're rapping like really like there's some crazy verses on there where you're just like flowing nuts. Like friends and nice, like
thank you. And I'm a fan of my wife's creativity. She's a monster in the studio. She can hear like a sound off of like a drum 8 months prior. Like, what happened to that drum that was, remember that song? I'm like, no. and she'll pull out a drum sound that's like needed for that moment. You know what I mean? Like, she's a great producer. So when you're around that type of talent, it's just like, again, you know, you're in that type of energy, you know, people bring music and, you know, it's just a vibe. So those verses are just crafted because we were just having a good time.
It feels like you and her are in a real creative zone too right now. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the last couple albums she's put out, I've noticed your name in the liner notes a lot too. Like, I can kind of picture you like in the studio pulling on Unicorn as the uniform you put on, you know?
Yeah, but, you know, again, it's that energy. Like, I know what she's trying to accomplish, and anything that I can contribute. I mean, my family, first of all, you know, I thought it was super important and a challenge and fun to be in the room.
Does that give you some of your own creative spark to get back to your own zone and get the pen out?
It actually does the opposite.
Really?
I'm actually fulfilled in that space. You know what I mean? Just to be like, you know, a small cog in that wheel. I'm getting out that creativity. But again, I was just so like heavy. And I don't know how to make music that's not reflective of how I'm feeling at the moment. It would have been fiery, but I don't know. I don't know if it done more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because, you know, I have a lot of like scratch ideas and they like all bad. I gotta be honest, they bad. It's just like all bad.
The streets really wanted you on that Clips album.
Yeah, I was close. But I think I think that the first thing that I say, it has to be said from me.
You can't be like,
I don't want to be so rigid with it though. So I'm gonna keep that open. So, you know, I'm gonna take that back. But at that moment, I was like, yeah, I want to do something, but in order for me to move forward, I gotta get this shit out. I gotta get it out.
When we're talking about putting on for the culture, what does it mean to you to be at the helm of a cultural event so important as the Super Bowl?
I think everyone should experience music in its totality. And for a lot of years, it was only one side of music that was being represented.
Yeah.
And we got the opportunity to create a more balanced idea of what popular music is today.
Yeah.
I'm not going out on a limb. It's just the most famous people in the world.
Statistically supported.
It's like, I'm not like, I didn't pick like the indie artists that I really like from Portland. The #1 streaming artist in the world. Him.
It's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that last year was that. Was that a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversations that was like dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, the stats show. Kendrick broke the audience record.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. It's like this is the music of our time, and it should be represented on the biggest stage because these are some of the. I'm not saying they're the only artists, right? Obviously, other artists would be offended.
Yeah.
But I think that was the right choice.
As a rapper, first and foremost, and being one of the pillars of contemporary rap, I would have to imagine that you got a special kick out of watching that show, though, in particular.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brave. I thought what he did was brave, and it speaks to who he is as a performer. Mm-hmm. He could have made it a little easy on himself.
Just aesthetically and like with the.
No. Aesthetically, it was beautiful. It was flawless. The artistic choice to play
the new album.
The new album was a choice, and brave in front of that vehement audience. Because even if 10 million people know some of these songs, it's 120 million people that's like, what is he doing? And as an artist, to stand up there and do it and complete your vision was like, I had to tip my hat. Like, I had high respect for him already, but like even more, my respect was like, he's really about what he says he's about.
Yeah.
I have to ask you this only as a participant, and
you don't have to give a disclaimer for it.
Well, I'm just saying, but as someone who was part of probably the genre's biggest rap beef.
Well, until now.
As a spectator,
Yeah.
what did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake?
I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like that's presumptuous. I think that, look, there was 4 pillars of hip hop. There are 4 pillars of hip hop, right? The breakdancing.
Yep.
And so graffiti.
Yep.
There's DJing and battling.
Yep.
Breakdance is not at the forefront of rap anymore. It's actually an Olympics sport. So that's dead. Graffiti.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You know, in certain places.
Yeah.
And even in like, you know, major art and like Keith Haring.
Yeah, yeah.
And Basquiat, actually, the street artist.
Yeah.
Took it to the next level. It's not part of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
DJing. The DJ was in the forefront. It was Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Right, yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah.
You don't even know the DJ for half of the artists anymore. Who's Drake DJ? I have no idea. Okay.
Couldn't tell you off top.
That no longer exists. And the last pillar is battling. We love the excitement. And I love the sparring and the music you get.
Mm-hmm.
But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it, they almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now, people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth. Where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing people kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that. You know, maybe I've grown in a space that probably, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing, and you had the battle, it was fun, and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying to
still talking about it.
Not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song I like this.
Yeah.
No, it's like trying to tear down people's life.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I had this point of view. I do, because I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it. It's just how I feel about it.
Well, it even kind of extended to you, right? Because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's not.
Like I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year.
Naya, where you been? Naya, hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's hit that like button, double tap that screen.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling.
Become a member, Naya. You supposed to been one. Where you been?
Have fun.
Good to see you.
It's almost like, not just me, by the way. They drag everybody in it. Like, everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But, like, what the fuck? Like, what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. or due respect to him. I'm fucking old. Dude, respectfully.
Or
like, for what? To what end?
Yeah.
It couldn't be that these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
For a while.
Yeah.
I think this has been brewing, just like me and Nas was brewing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen at the Summer Jam. That happened at Lex and TV sets, the minimum, whatever. It was a whole bunch of stuff leading up to that point.
Myth-bleak, what is it? The myth-bleak slugs in your hat, right?
Slugs in your hand. It was a bunch of like little things that led up to that point. And then when it happened, I actually regret that because I really like Nas. He's a really nice guy.
But also to your point, like I remember I was like 10 or 11 when that happened. I was like,
big side.
Well, I was on your side.
Yeah, I did, clearly.
But my position was I can't go out and buy Stillmatic or ask my parents to buy Stillmatic, but I'm gonna borrow it and burn it because I can't deny one mic, you know?
Like I want to hear it,
yeah,
but I ain't supporting them.
Word.
Yeah.
So it's almost kind of like fostering the same independence that you carry versus like
right back to the
just being like you're signed to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're gonna curate your career in this sort of way.
Yeah.
You know, I never was comfortable with that anyway.
With being
artist expression should be their expression. Mm-hmm. I really like fall back. That's I think what happened with Cole. Like just the narrative around Cole is that we didn't love Cole. No, we believed in him enough to let him find his journey. Yeah. And he found his path. It took him a minute. Yeah. But he found his way.
Was that something that you had to learn yourself though too? Because Cole will tell the story about how like you wanted to sit him with Stargate and maybe think about that single.
Yeah, I was giving him a chance to take his talent and show it to the most people possible. Yeah. But his way. I didn't force him. I'm just like, here's this record from Stargate and you putting it out. Like I forced Bleak to make Men Bleak. It was like, you know,
I mean, I think that worked.
My little brother. But he has to listen. You know what I mean? But like with J. Cole, he has to find his own direction. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give him the tools. Yeah. I mean, we made big records with Stargate. They made humongous records on Rihanna and blah, blah, blah. And even, I think they made the Wiz Khalifa, Black and Yellow. Yeah, yeah. Biggest songs in the world. Yeah. You don't want to listen? Fine. All right. You know, so I'm gonna present that, but I'm not gonna make them do it. Yeah.
What is your relationship with Cole like these days?
Obviously, there's things behind the scenes, you know, like you know, artists and shit like that gets complicated. Yeah. But I think given a chance to prove that you're above board is an opportunity. Word. So I don't have any negative feelings for him. I'm actually super proud of him and what he's done.
It sounds like you're still, like, when you came in, we were talking about the mixtape, like you're still engaging with the work as a fan too.
Yeah, Clue sent it to me actually.
Oh, word?
Clue, not Cole.
Yeah?
Yeah, he sent it to me because he's proud, right? Yeah. The thing about Clue, like he has like a resurgence behind it.
Yeah. I want to go back to this idea we were talking about just doing things the right way, even when that comes to like attaining wealth. And continuing to amass wealth. We're talking about B-sides. One of your illest lines to me is face to the ceiling, race to $1 billion, heaven on earth, those wings still fit them. So like, what's the answer to that question? Is it a constant struggle to maintain?
Your morality defines who you are, right? It's not what you attain. It's not a dollar amount that changes you. Yeah. And if so, what is that dollar amount? Mm-hmm. When does it start? Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Like at what point? If it's a cutoff, if it's like all millionaires are bad. Yeah. Okay. So at 999,000, I'm good. It can't be that way, right? It doesn't make any sense. The system is set up against me, against us. I'm talking about my specific struggle. Yeah. Everything was against me. My talent. Not taking advantage of people, not taking advantage of the system, not creating tax loopholes, not just taking from other people. No, my talent pushed against all the headwind. And with that success, I've done things with my reach that I wanted to do that was helpful for a lot of people. Yeah. And with the system that we have, what are you going to do? Because I don't believe in that the idea that someone has a certain amount of money, it defines their personality.
Mm-hmm. So when you have like an example like that versus like the kind of, I would say, commonplace public perception that someone would say all billionaires are bad or no one should have $1 billion. Like, what's the tension in that?
I gotta give you the honest answer.
Please.
There's no tension.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what You can believe what you want to believe.
Word.
You know, people behave the way they want to behave.
Mm-hmm. You was who you was when you got here.
Was who you was when you got here. Yeah. That's the makeup of your person. You're going to believe what you're going to believe, and you're going to behave the way you behave.
You're looking at a year that you defined to me as all offense. And, you know, you said that you made scratches, and they sounded kind of like fiery and maybe not anything you wanted to put out. So it made me wonder, like, what are the hallmarks of a great Jay-Z album right now? Like, what are you trying to put out there that you would want to put out there?
I don't know yet. I don't know. But I know that we have enough negativity currently. Mm-hmm. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what I need to create currently that's gonna like fulfill me.
Okay.
Make me happy. But that's most important.
Yeah.
Right. And whatever that feeling is, you know, will vibrate. It might, you know, touch people in a way with its honesty. And maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm stopping myself from just creating, trying to create something that people like.
Yeah.
Is where I think a lot of artists get jammed up.
Right.
You know,
overthinking it.
Yeah. They just try to make
or reverse engineer. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, you know, they love the feeling of that white hot feeling of when they was you know, it felt new.
Yeah.
And that newness, trying to create that is where they get jammed up because you don't know slang and you don't know anything. It's sad. It's like, it's cringy. Like, yeah. I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make your type of music. Because you ain't doing what you say you're doing. I'm not doing the same thing I was doing in '96.
Yeah.
So me to make that any type of music that approaches
hit that like button, double tap that screen. Become a member today, right now. Subscribe right now. Double tap that. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. And share this with the world.
You once said to the Russian billionaire that you were doing business with, I think with the Nets and Barclays and Mikhail. And you were saying how he showed you that, like, you both stayed at the same hotel and you were on one floor and you thought you were staying on the highest floor. And then he revealed that there was an even higher floor that he stayed on. And that lesson to you was that there's always a higher floor to climb. So I wanted to check back in and see if you still feel that way, like if you feel like you've reached the highest floor, or there's still floors to climb, and what the next however many years looks for you.
Yeah, more stuff because I thought the highest floor in the building was the end of it, right? The next step is like owning the building. No, you're staying at my hotel.
It's hard.
I think in that way, if we just stay childlike and stay curious, there's always going to be another level.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen right now. You in here with your boy Dilla T. Never forget, this is No
Alright, you guys, Jay-Z snaps on Tony Busby. He is very upset about the entire lawsuit situation. He actually did a interview, I think with GQ, basically going in, talking about how heated he was, and Tony Busby came, or the girl came to Tony Busby with those allegations, and that, you know, he said he lived by street code, no women, no children, and that, you know what I'm saying, when Tony Busby did that, you know, he said that you need to be sure, especially when you're dealing with a dude like me, blase blah. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z said he was heated about that, you know? Now, that situation, they're still fighting in some courts. I know one case got thrown out that Jay-Z had against Tony Busby. He lost that one case in California. But I think they have other cases going against each other right now. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to get Tony Busby's attention, where Tony Busby's probably going to respond. I think this is enough to get Tony Busby's attention, where he's going to respond to that. You know, I think it's one of them situations now. I think it's at a point where, you know, I think it's beyond if. I think he's going to respond. Let me let y'all hear what some of what Jay-Z had to say, and then I'll finish up.
How would you rate your 2025, like, looking back on the last year?
It was hard, really hard. I was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah, I'm glad we got right to that, you know, so we could just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like, I was really heartbroken by, like, everything that occurred. You know, with all, like, you know, we in a space now where it's just, like, almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying? And like that whole Busby.
The civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
That shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like you don't put that on someone. Like that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person. Let's say a person like me. Like even when we were doing the worst things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You know, you hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. You know, morals, integrity, code. Those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard.
See, this one of the moments. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. This is what I'm talking about, Chris. This one of the moments where you got to cut out all that intelligent, articulate talk.
There you go.
Hit your friend next to you and tell them, stop that articulate talk, Lori, right now. Type it in. Cut out that articulate talk, because I wanted you to understand how articulate talkers, you will always find yourself leaning on what they say because they sound so good saying it. It ain't nothing about nothing. It's just they sound so good on how to line up uniform conversations of today. And I have to use the word uniform because that's the word that says, hey, this is what it should be. This is the uniform. This is what we're doing. This is order. Okay? So when we're talking about articulate talkers, they could be lying through their face to your eyes. But yet the words they use and in the manner that they're using them in, you will truly agree. Because it sounds just that good. A dumb person that knows nothing can talk to a smart liar and learn everything. That almost just went over your head. I said a dumb person can talk to a smart liar and learn more in that situation and still take them to their word because they dumb. They don't know good from wrong. But this smart aleck and articulate talker can make that dumb person believe the biggest lie in the world. Because they know how to talk. Jay-Z, respectfully, I came up on Jay-Z. Being from St. Louis, you know, nobody really was on that. Well, people that I knew out of my hood. Me and my brothers was the only one. So for me, Chris, that pen became different early.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That pen became real, that ink was different early, fam, because I wasn't making music like my city was. You see what I'm saying? I literally, you had to care about what you was writing. And then I used to also feel like if I cuss words, if I was using profanity, I'm messing up bars. You see what I'm saying? I'm covering up what really need to be said because I really got something to say. But when you see that and you following this type of person, you're looking at this interview, and I was gonna go back and play it because I wanted to dissect the interview for you all to know who he's with from the jump. You see how he did the white background interview, and then he got the black background interview. Press 1 if you seen that. Oh, we're gonna dissect this. We're gonna dissect this real good, partner. Press 1 if you seen the white background and the black background, and tell me what you think that means. Press 1 if you hear me now. Or Tiro in the building. Press 1 if you hear me now. Tone in the building, Big Worm in the building, I see you. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member today. We know the difference in the building. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member today. If you seen that white background and then you seen that black background, press 1. Shout out to Amanda all the way from England in the building. We got England in the building, Chris. It's getting real. I need to know if you seen the white background and the black background. That means you was paying attention to the situation. Okay, Lori said she's seen it. Now, what we're talking about with Tony Busby is the lawyer that said the women, that he had women saying that Jay-Z did some things and that those women came to him for him to represent them in court against Jay-Z. And it's funny because when the first thing a person do is say, you know, you got to be careful on making comments like that about me. You got to be sure you talking about me. I heard what he's saying first. But he didn't really attack if it was true or not. He just attacked the accusation of this man just saying his name. And he's saying you got to be sure when you're talking about stuff like that. See, you need to understand, you know, we here to read the headlines and read in between the lines. We here to inform, understand, and be aware. The fact that that man said that and he never said nothing about if it was true, false, I didn't even hear that out of his mouth. All I heard was like, you got to be sure when you talking about somebody like me. Because it's like, if you saying it about me, I'm going to do this to you. He ain't even say that he didn't do it or he innocent. It's just he's sending threats across the YouTube waves in an interview that the world is going to pick up and show Busby. So let's keep it all the way real, fam. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. He speaks about how today everything is an instant. Anybody can bring up anything and say anything about anybody. But you got to know, like, for instance, me. When you say something about me, you got to know we come from the rules of no women and children. But boy, you on the camera denying your whole son. Oh, let's go say that again for the people in the back. He on the camp, this man right here on the camera denying your own son. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4, several, multiple times. Boy, you better shut up. When I say smack skin off the boy, you denying your own son, but you in there talking all nice, articulate, not too heavy, don't want to be too much pressure, just speaking about things. But this entire time you continue to deny your child. You continue to get low, you continue to get the same. Demi Hill says NLP, neuro-linguist programming, very persuasive, language patterns, and embedded commands. That's real, fam. Shout out to you. But I'm just talking about the man. He's basically saying I'm Jay-Z and I'm bigger than Busby. I'm bigger than these women. I'm bigger than the law. This man don't want to show up for a deposition because his name on the Epstein file, but he want to do a GQ interview and threaten Busby and then talk about culture. Because to me, that's how I know this interview was for Busby. This interview wasn't no regular interview. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Press 1 if you agree. I see this how we read in between the lines, Chris. He said, how you think 2025 went for you? He said, man, terrible. I can't believe it either. I was hurt. And he said, you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up. I'm glad we kicked off with that first. I'm glad. Nigga, this was for that. Because the conversation and attention was that. That was first. If this was a regular interview, it just would have went where it went, regular, and at some point he would have brought up, so what you think about 2025? But the type of overall question you can start with, what you think about 2025? He went right to Busby. It's a lot of 2025, but he went right to Busby. Out of all this 2025, he went right to Busby. A Love Within in the building. Big K in the building. Tonda in the building. What it is, which, you get what I'm saying? So you got to understand, family. You went right to Busby. You went right to Busby. You could have went right to, well, you know, we did good numbers last year. Blue Ivy. He could have started about his daughter doing what she did with the dancing and how she been really, really tackling it and really making production. Right? That's positive things. But that boy went straight to Busby. So you know this interview was to press Busby publicly. And also he know us as content creators, we're going to pick this up and run all the way across the nation with this thing. All of us. You get what I'm saying, man? So hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member today. It's nothing for you to just subscribe. It's just a double tap just to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat, something to drink, and something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. Now check this out. Let's go.
All right, so speaking of that, you got beef with Jay-Z too. Like, so they were...
I don't know if I call it beef, but it's definitely an intimate affair.
Okay, so now when we get into spaces like that, like when we start talking Jay-Z, Clive Davis, you know, Diddy, powerhouses, like, for me, I always feel like Diddy right now, we can talk about that later, but Diddy right now, he's an easy target in the sense to where, like, we can come down.
Just like R. Kelly was a few years ago.
Okay, but you see how now everybody's coming out because he's going down. But a person like Jay-Z, who has not been able to be shifted, how are you confident speaking against a man that, you know, is very revered and powerful in Hollywood? And, you know, there's no, you know, some people say there's no proof.
I know the real him. I know the real him.
You have alleged that Jay-Z has...
I know why he can't go home to Marcy.
See, I don't know. Okay.
Because you got the Book of Hove sitting in the Brooklyn Museum. Why ain't it in Marcy? Why can't you go home? Every great rapper that ever lived can go back to their beginnings and be revered. As a community leader, as someone, they don't even speak on your name.
Get some order here.
And when your name is mentioned, they spit. Why can't you go home? D. Haven could go home. He could go home. Why can't you go home, Sean? Why home?
Oh, Lord, help us, Jesus. Help us, Lord. Help us, Lord.
What makes you so special? I don't know. That movie Get Out is becoming more telling by the day. What else did you want to ask?
So, okay, I don't know the story with you and Jay-Z. What happened?
Most people don't.
So can we talk like what? So like, where does the energy come from? Like, what are you like?
The energy come. He's a figure that's been in my life for quite some time. I think one of the hardest days of my life was MTV Unplugged.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to pretend like I didn't really know him.
Mm.
I had to sit there in front of everybody and the first man I married works for him.
To this day, still?
Yeah.
Really?
He was hired to be my husband. So no one would look at what was really happening.
Jack, what are you saying?
I'm saying Sean Carter does the same thing over and over again. Just like they hired the publicist that put Chris and Rihanna together so no one would know or look at what was happening right in front of their face. I'm telling you, he's the kind of man that hides the woman he's interested in and flaunts the kind of woman he's not. He's the kind of man that will do anything to make sure no one knows what his biological children look like, so no one questions the fraudulent children that he passes off as his own in front of a...
Hey, what's up? It's Ski Monster Man, man. Drive my life goes crazy.
and she goes off Jay-Z. She's always on Jigga Man case, man. What did Jay-Z did Jaguar Wright that is so bad that you can't stop talking about Jay-Z? Man, we're among monsters. And she said that Jay-Z can't go back to Marcy. He can't go back to where he's from. Because Jay-Z informed on the old drug operation, man. He's a snitch. No one respect Jay-Z in Marcy, man. That's why he can't go back there. You need to watch a full video, man. And all the details in this shit. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it.
America, I'm telling you, he is the king at this moment in time. The only thing that Sean Carter is king of is being the king of smoke and mirrors. Imagine a man who's so fucking dastardly and audacious that he knows that he can give your husband $5,000 to get out of bed with you in the middle of the night. So when you wake up, he's there and your husband isn't.
Wow. So you feel like he just got money, he's using his power?
No.
Like, that what you're supposed to do?
No, I feel like he's a thief and a liar, and the only reason he's rich and powerful is because he tricked good people into believing he was something that he is not, and that's a human fucking being.
So let me ask you this, because some people would say, okay, that's a valid feeling. But people would say, well, is she just upset because she didn't become Mary J. Blige? Or because they didn't pour into her?
Why would I be upset about being that sow? That fucking cow. That can-do supporter. That Diddy protector. That I still don't know how to sing. And really appreciate when people lie to my face and tell me that I can.
Jack!
That fucking piece of Yonkers Projects shit.
Jack! Hold on.
That still can only be grateful.
Jack!
We can only be grateful that she got a GED at 38.
I like Mary.
The fucking price of her shoes is higher than her IQ. I'm telling you, she's a Diddy do-our-bap. I'm telling you, she's the prequel to fucking Carisha, please.
Jack!
She didn't have an abortion by the diddler. I just don't know if he took her to the doctor or he done it the cheap way, like he did with the little Asian lady boy looking girl. When he kicked the baby out of her. What?
This is all alleged. Okay. Now, that was a lot. And I'm drinking.
You ass.
Jack. Well, hold on, cause this.
Armand, you ass.
This is a lot, Jack. Okay, hold on.
You want to talk about J-Lo's canceled tour instead?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a second. But what I'm saying.
Why do you think she canceled? Somebody called me and told me it was my fault.
Well, because I just want people to get clarity on you, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not saying this is not me, but the idea is. And we'll get into it. The idea is either she's bitter because her career didn't take off, or she's mentally ill and bipolar schizophrenic.
Can you do me a favor?
Okay.
Can we deal with the first part?
Yes.
I mean the second part first.
Whatever.
The mental thing.
Are you mentally ill, Jack?
Okay, I wanna do this. I have two people standing in the room with me right now.
Okay.
I would like off camera if I could ask them right now live. Just 3 questions each.
Okay.
And let what they have to say be my answer.
Okay. I don't have extra mics, but.
No, they don't need to. Nobody needs to acknowledge because we can hear them. Okay. I want to start with the man who's known me the longest. I want to start with the man who's known me since I was a size 2. I want to start with the man who put that tattoo that everyone is so curious about on my back.
Okay.
My manager.
Okay. And he's sitting right here in the corner. And by the way, if you guys don't know, he is a clear man. Okay? So she does have clear management.
Yes, I do have, clear management.
She has clear management.
He's minding his black-owned business right now.
Yes. So, now, what was the question?
Ange, have you ever known me to lie to you?
No, absolutely not. In fact, what you asked for, when you asked Jaguar,
Is Jaguar Wright mentally ill?
No, I could she be mentally ill? The lungs went off 1,000 times a day. She's making a comeback and standing up. I would say, well, it's a woman's thing now.
Okay, so he said no. But who else are you asking? And we're going to get into who the second person, I believe, a little bit later on to the show.
This is someone new in my life, but he doesn't feel new. Feels like he's been around for quite some time.
Really?
And every day, there's something new, a new adventure, a new discovery.
Oh.
But he wakes up next to me and he goes to sleep next to me. So he knows a more intimate side of me.
Ooh, intimacy.
Have I ever lied to you? Do you think I'm crazy?
Do you? Oh, she gets gathered. So he said, for the people watching, put the camera on me, Jaguar Wright is gaslit by the public and he trusts her, he loves her. And I say he's here supporting her. He's coming with his camera, very professional, clean cut, everything. Looks great. So, but the question then goes back to you, Jaguar Wright.
Oh.
Are you mentally ill?
No, not at all. What I find most interesting is that the people that question my mental wellness don't seem very well themselves.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen Orlando Brown say some audacious things.
He has.
Especially before our connection and meeting. But there was never a moment, no matter how harsh some of the things that he had to say, where I was like, okay, I'm getting up every morning, following this person, studying this person, stalking this person, finding out where their kids go to school, doing this, no.
But let me ask you something, Jack, in all seriousness.
What?
Because I know. A lot of these people that come, they don't know, they know Jack the celebrity, the musician, and we're going to still touch that topic.
Yeah.
But then there's that other part of you, Jaguar Wright, the entertainer, for YouTube. And a lot of people, thought that there was mental illness because we all saw that airport video.
Yeah.
We saw the crash out at the restaurant, the U-Haul.
Right.
We saw you screaming, we saw you be arrested. We saw you go to jail.
You saw all these things.
Wait, the biggest part was the pouring out of the ashes.
Oh, absolutely.
Of your son.
All these things. But did you see what happened before those reactions? And I'm glad you brought this up because everything that you just brought up, every instance was a reaction to something. But nobody asked what was the cause of that reaction. They only want to talk about the reaction, right? But nobody wants to talk about before the ashes and all of that I had just been body slammed by two grown-ass men when I was trying to get my now second ex-husband off of my godson, my nephew, Solar, who I vowed to love and help and support when he defected from Eligio Bishop and Carbon Nation. I'm sitting there watching my husband beat the shit out of this young man, which is very triggering for me. I'm doing everything I can do to get him off. And meanwhile, while I'm trying to pull him off, I get picked up by two grown men and body slammed on concrete. I ran to get the ashes to scare all of them away. Because they wouldn't.
Make that make sense for me. So you went and got the ashes, but so what was that gonna do?
Well, see, it's what I do with the ashes.
Yeah, so enlighten us, because this is the time. Make that make sense.
There's three things that I'm going to say, and guess what? It's not going to make it make any more sense.
Okay.
Number one, I am a voodoo priestess.
Okay.
Number two, I'm a little something more than human. Number three, I practice cultures that have been around in the world for millennia. Not for hundreds or thousands of years, for millennia. Everything that's here has a purpose. Some things can be a weapon and a shield.
I'm listening.
But I know the source of my energy. Oh, thank you, baby.
No, I know. Take that over there with you.
I know the source of my energy. And I know how to pull and use it when I need. I tell you what I do know.
But Jazz, this is your son, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And how better to use my son's ashes than to stop them from potentially unaliving another young black man like my son was unalived.
Do you regret that, though?
No, I do not. Because I know
exactly, you being honest, though.
I know exactly what I did. And what I will say is unless you take the time to study what I study, you're wasting your time having an opinion at all. Because unless you know what I know, everything you saw will not make sense.
Okay, so let's be fair now. The average person may not know what you know.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll let you come back to the mic.
I'm listening.
So, but they gotta hear you. So the average person may not know what you know, right? So when you say that, and they see your actions, and they think, hey, I've got my dad in the urn, I've got my mom in the urn, my son in the urn, and to see someone upset online, rant, like, you know, who appears to be manic, going off and pours it out.
I had just been finished being body slammed.
But right, I'm just saying,
by
like,
2 grown black men,
but
while I was trying to stop my second ex-husband from assaulting another young black man who is my godson, who I call nephew.
Right.
No one is talking about any of that. Just my reaction.
But what I'm saying is, to be fair though, the average person is gonna think, and
no, the average person.
Why would she pour out her son's?
No, the average
is crazy.
So let me tell you something. The average person.
People say that. I'm gonna be real. If I saw that, or when I thought that this bitch is crazy.
Got it.
I would never do that.
Do you want to know?
Even if it was, listen.
Do you want to know what the average person in Texas would have done?
Yours. And I wouldn't pour it out. It could be anybody in this room. I wouldn't pour it out because I would like that means something to me to have that. But I get it. So I get what you're saying. But I'm just saying the average person probably would think crazy. Because who would do that?
Do you want to know what the average person in Texas would have done if they were trying to break up a fight and 2 grown-ass black men body slammed?
They probably would have killed them.
No, they would have went to the car and got the gun that I had in that car. See, I had a choice. I could have picked up my gun and shot every last one of them pussies in the fucking face. But instead, I used my son as a lesson and a spiritual aid and guide.
Now you just
I guess people would have rathered me go get my gun.
Okay, that's a lot of energy. Hold on, because
it's real.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on.
What's the chat saying?
So now let's get back to the music part of it, because when you get back,
I guess y'all wish I had came out there with that 380 and started just busting niggas in their face. That would have been a whole lot better.
So,
hold up, man. This interview is wild. Throwing out your son ashes, that is kind of crazy, Trevor. I can admit that shit. That is kind of crazy. But you know what have been more crazy? If you go into that car and go and get that 38 and start busting in Ninja's face. That would have been so crazy, man. I don't want you to go to jail for murder, Jaguar Wright. I know that they might say that Jaguar Wright is a little crazy, but I don't think she's crazy, man. I don't think she had mental problems. I just think she had been through a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. That sucker Jay-Z had bring her through all of these ninjas that ever backdoor in Jaguar, man. She was going through a lot, man. So I can understand if she get that crazy. But I don't want you to start busting guns, because all of these ninjas that Jaguar Wright be beefing with, you would have to disappear, man. You would have come and get you. You would have to get more security, man. Every time Jaguar Wright be speaking, everyone be saying that she's crazy. They did the same thing to Kanye and Nicki Minaj when they talk about Jay-Z. Like, Jay-Z is so powerful and he's such a saint. Jay-Z is selling out the black community, man. He been doing this shit. And Jaguar Wright been telling us that this ninja be practicing witchcraft, practicing rituals, sacrificing people, same like he sacrificed Alia. She been saying this shit, man. So I know that she's not crazy. And more than one person is exposing Jay-Z. Not because the Epstein files come out. She been saying this shit, man. Diddy and Jay-Z was selected to sell out the black community. That's why they're doing what they're set out to do. So all of the evilness that they've been doing and been getting away, it's because they're working for the elites, man. They're working for the people that got control. That's why these ninjas always get off cases. Diddy just got a pat on the shoulder. He got a little punishment because he tried to disobey and try to play.
Okay, now let's be real. I heard dude talking cool. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode and share this with the world. Now hit that like button, double tap that screen. You live it. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Now listen. That woman says she a voodoo priest. Am I lying? Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? If you heard her say she a voodoo priest, press 1 today. Did you hear that? Fam, did y'all hear it? I can't even breathe. Did y'all hear it? I know I heard it, because I know I ain't tripping. And then she talking tough like, I'm a voodoo priestess. I put my son ashes in this, and I raise hell raiser. And I did this to them. You wanted me to go get the gun or just raise hell raiser demons on them? That's basically what she's saying. Now think about this. Now think about this. How you gonna talk about the elite and you doing what they do? You claiming Beyonce and them witches. What are you? See, what's funny was I knew, shout out to Sugar in the building. I knew that one way or another, something was going to come out about her being able to speak in the manner she is speaking. Somebody's giving her a pass to be able to speak in this manner. You understand what I'm saying here? And I knew that because I say, how this woman all of a sudden, and then on top of that, she's somebody from back then. She's been in these circles. She's been in these rooms. She's been in these places. So I know that she got to walk light. But in my mind, I'm like, no, that don't make sense because you got Cat Williams really going crazy and he's still getting booked. So in my mind, this is another situation being allowed to happen. You have to separate the articulate talkers from the liars. This is another articulate talker that can, but see, she don't talk too much articulately. She just tell it all. So you gonna believe her. But the moment she just slipped up and told you that she a voodoo priest, some type of witch type of craft, that's where you see her in the same category as them as well. Because you can't tell on them and you doing the same thing they doing. No, no, no. It don't work like that. Jaguar Wright, you about to get caught. Because ain't no way we sitting here watching this and you talking about what Jay on, but yet you been pressing him. But yet you a voodoo priest. Yeah, I'd rather you go get the gun and shoot everybody in the face. Stupid, what you talking about? But we'd have rather you, yeah. But if you gotta raise up demons from her and call on voodoo from the dead and have your son, daughter, and cousin that's dead come back to protect you, we don't want nothing to do with you. You see how she slipped that in there? That was a slip. She threw that in there. In the midst of trying to, first of all, put down and be felt sorry for first. See, she wanted you to feel sorry for her because of all of that she ran down first. And then when it got real hectic, she wanted to slide it in there like, I'm a voodoo priestess. I'm this, I'm that. My son this. Don't play with us. We get down like that. And she said it with so much conviction as if we, the people, are going to agree with her. Is you stupid? We ain't on none of that. Cat asks, do I think the higher up is giving her a pass? Cat, I believe the higher ups is giving her. The higher ups is allowing her to do this for a reason. After she did her first run, she went to the airport. What happened? She was humiliated. She was humiliated in the airport by officers of the law that came to her for basic things like, where's your passport? What are you doing here? You just sitting at the airport looking like whatever. And she wasn't doing nothing but on a rant about them pulling up on her and trying to make her flight go longer. But really, that may have been her humiliation. Because something about somebody that come out and want to do all this talking, but then all of a sudden they get humiliated, and then they still able to talk. But then and this is this right now. She's able to talk right now, and then all of a sudden she gonna slide in there that, oh, my bad. By the way, I'm a voodoo priest. Don't sit in here and tell me she ain't crooked. And she ain't with them folk. Humiliation, sugar. That's the point we trying to make right now. I need people to understand that humiliation right there. She did that for her own self because of her situation with her in her relationship. See, anytime you was dealing with Jay-Z, and then you gonna turn around and act like, oh, he the worst person in the world, and then you continue to talk about him, but nobody's come for him, and he's just shaking her off like she's just another. But she's, bro, I'm telling you, they are allowing her to do this. And the moment, if Jaguar Wright was to stop right now, if she stopped right now, you gonna think she dead. If you don't see her no more, that's what you gonna think. But you ain't thinking that she done got paid off and she on vacation, fam. What we talking about? Oh, you ain't thinking that, did you? Oh, yeah, she done got cash. You don't hear from her in a minute. Yeah, she done cashed out. She over there chilling for a second, fam. Get right in here. Hit that like button. Let's get right. Let's get right. Hit that like button. You about to learn something. I'm trying to get you to understand how ugly it is. Cherie Wilborn. Hit that like button. Double tap that screen. Become a member like Sugar today. It's real. What's up, Tonda? Tonda says she's running from something. Let me tell you something. She's running from something, but in the midst of it, she's gaining ground. Because she is in a position to make sure she's straight. She's been in the industry. She's been with Jay-Z, the highest of the highest up. One of the highest gatekeepers in the nation. And yet she's still talking about the man like he can't reach out and touch her. Think about it. She's still talking about that man like he can't reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place if you can. Yeah! Thought you knew about it. Like that boy won't go to peace and reach out and touch. And I want them to kick somebody's hand. I was in the front row. Make this world a better place. And my mom was like, if you can. I put arm in it, everything, man. I was getting money. I was getting money young. You hear me? Talent show. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Yeah, yeah. And my brother right here, I'm like, if you can. So I can hold him. We over here ready. Oh, yeah. We getting money. We at the talent show, winning the talent show with the reach out and touch somebody. Hey, yeah. You hear me, boy? Them hands. Something about the hand. Yeah, yeah. Better reach out and touch. Hey. Boy, like my brother was back there like, hey, hey. He wasn't saying the word. Don't give him his money when he win. Give me half of it. He wasn't saying the word. Read over there and he's saying the word. You know my nerve. And I come back. What you need? You need to come back. Reach out and touch. So, listen, you better tell somebody. It's real, fam. Jay-Z gonna reach out and touch you, girl. What's wrong with? Listen, man. Ain't no way. I know she done heard about who J-Rock with. Rock Nation lady. You know that lady? Y'all know about that lady, don't you? You don't even want to say her name. She's so terrible, you don't even want to say her name. I feel like I say her name, she just go. Like, who you talking to, Nick? You know what I'm saying? Everybody come. Everybody. No filter. Everybody. What? Boy, I don't want to even say her name. I can say Jay-Z. You can't say her name, boy. You say her name, it's over. It's over. Everything shut down. I'm telling you, everything gonna go dark. Everything gonna go dark in here. You hear me? I ain't lying. It's real. Yeah. Because I done heard a lot. So for Jaguar to be operating and moving like this, I've always felt like she on that, moving like that, doing that in a certain way. So something's going on with this that's letting me further know that she's involved with some people deeper. Now, again, she just said she a witch. I wanted to make sure we understood that thoroughly. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's go. Cooking.
For the big boys. That's why Diddy's in jail, man. So everything that been going on, man, it is not a coincidence, man. But I want Jaguar Wright to just stay calm, because all of these ninjas is gonna get their karma sooner or later. Just want her to stay calm and don't get too crazy. I don't want she to be mixed up in this system, man, because Jaguar Wright, it exposed a lot of powerful people, man, and if she should go to jail, that would be crazy. There's gonna be a lot of bounties on her head. I'm not asking you that shit. There's a lot of hate out on the street for this girl, man, because she be exposing a lot of people, and a lot of people that are doing some evilness in this industry that need to be canceled, man. She's speaking the truth. So there's a lot of love for Jag, man. I don't care what none of these ninjas want to say about Jag. She's our girl, and we need to protect her. We need someone like this.
No, we don't. What? See, this the no, don't do that. See people like that? And he don't even talk articulately. He just, we just don't do what we want to do. We need to kill, buck, live, let her breathe. That ain't even articulate. He just talking. You hear me? No, we don't need to do nothing for her. Don't save her life. Get away from her. She just told you she's a voodoo priest, fam. You trip with her, she gonna put it on you. Right there. Hex. You ever heard of hex? You ever heard of hex? Somebody put that on you from over there. You over here, somebody can just sprinkle that on you from all the way over here in the country, fam. Just say a little this and that, and you done. Now you waking up walking backwards every day. You waking up walking backwards every day. You know what I'm saying, fam? What the world coming to, fam? Can just sprinkle some shit on you from all the way over here, hex, and now you waking up walking backwards the rest of your life. You did. Where we going today? Where we going today? Where we going today? We going to the city. Where we going today? You know what I'm saying? Where we going? We just following you. We following you. We following you. Yeah, I know it. We following you. Come on. What? Somebody put something on that nigga. He can't even walk right. He can't walk straight, fam. Just backwards every day. Like, come on, man. Straighten it out. Let's straighten it out. I don't know y'all know about them OG Stone, boy, about them tunes. Let's straighten it out. I'm telling you, boy, I've been whipping up that over, straighten it out. I'm about to tell it like it is. Cause it's just out of hand, man. I just be trying to get y'all to understand it's really real. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We in here cooking. Wrong with you, fam. Get some order. Okay, now we about to dissect this brother, because he thought it was all good just a week ago. It ain't. Huh? He thought it was.
Okay, y'all. Did you all see the interview that Jay-Z did? I want to talk about it. I know a lot of people have been talking about it, but I want to talk about it too, because it was simply trash to me, y'all. I don't know what y'all got from it. It was a lot of deception in there. It was a lot of lies in there. Just disrespect to the 25th power of, what we know. Okay, y'all? What we know alone. Okay? And we can't say that, oh, we were there, this, and that, and this, but other celebrities were. And they have talked about a lot of things that Jay-Z has done, backdooring them and all that stuff. We have been sitting back watching people coming up demise that speak against them and this and that and this. So we're going to talk about it, y'all. Such a waste of time. Such a waste of time. And the interviewer, oh my God, just pitiful, y'all. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you. So my day 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not, and the fair accuracy is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Wednesday. I hope everyone have a wonderful wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings, and please, y'all, watch the company that you keep, because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This interview was trash, y'all. That interviewer, straight sellout. I don't care what nobody say. Straight sellout. Everything seemed like it was rehearsed. He only asked questions, y'all. He only asked questions that they probably rehearsed or he was told to ask. He did not go away from the script at all. He stuck strictly to the lines. And you could tell that. The whole interview was so
okay, now we're not going to do
staged.
this. I rock with fam, but we're not going to do this. We're going straight back to it. Let's do it. Not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
Since you sat down for one of these.
Yeah. In a minute.
What have you been up to?
Wow. Everything. A lot. Most people go through their things, very practically.
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. I'm fucking Jay-Z. Respectfully.
Or
like, for what? To what end?
Here we go, Thunder. You ain't see it. For those that didn't see it, this the interview. Jay-Z, GQ. Check it out.
how would you rate your 2025? Like, looking back on the last year.
It was hard. Really hard. I was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad we got right to that. So we could just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like, I was really heartbroken by like everything that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
With all we in a space now where it's just like, almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that whole Busby.
The civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
That shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like, if you don't put that on someone, like that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like, you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person. Especially a person like me. Like, even when we were doing worse things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. Morals, integrity, code. Those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like, it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard. And I knew that we was gonna walk through that. We was gonna walk through that because first of all, it's not true, and the truth is, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know.
If you hear what he just said, he still, you still reign supreme. I mean, that answer alone kind of gives more in-depth thinking to saying, no, that ain't that. You can't just end it with that. These accusations he's facing are beyond. These could destroy you as a man. Because again, once you're on the internet, you ain't getting off. Once you put into that position, once they say you said that's what that is, it's over. Just like what just like what Lil Boosie going through when a woman coming out talking about that man did something with her and she was 5 years old. That'd be different, but the fact he has accusations already against him years before is different. So for him to say things like that, well, they know they had to walk through that and it's not true, but at the end of the day, you still reign supreme. It's just his body language to me kind of sounds like he kind of just threw that away. But the fact also he's telling on himself. Alice in the building, hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member today. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode and share this with the world. But the situation that happened with the man is that the fact that his body language and things of that nature is saying more. Because this is how I know. Listen to me, Chris, when I tell you about how people tell on themselves without telling on themselves. The man don't react to nothing. He gives no conversation or no attention to anyone. He gives no light to darkness. He gives no focus to a lens. You understand me? He don't respond even if there is a response against him. He says nothing. He's always in the background and in the shadows. The fact he had to come out the background and the shadows to open his mouth and do a GQ whole thing and an interview. See, this ain't just no, see, they dress this up so well that they try to keep it within the same swag that he is. You see what I'm saying, fam? They like, let's just do a GQ interview. They called GQ to do it. GQ ain't called you. They called GQ, fam. They called GQ and said, this is how we gonna do this. We're gonna do the photo shoot, and then we're gonna do the interview in it. So it's gonna look like you just doing a spread of a, you know what I'm saying? If you ever been in the magazine, thank God for Jesus, a spread is different because when you do a spread, they call you in, fam, and you have to do like a multiple photo shoot. Because you're the spread of spring, summer, fall, whatever that spread. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he knew what he was doing to be seen like he's being in a spread of a magazine, but yet they interviewing him too because he's Jay-Z, duh. Why wouldn't you want to ask him a question? He don't talk too much. So it's like, we got to ask him. But the first thing is that, and then you still don't, and then when you say something about it, you talking about, I was really mad. I've never been mad. What you mad for, nigga? If you ain't on that, why your name even coming up in there?
Gotta be good.
You got all that money. Why, if you who you is, why your name in that?
Exactly.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. For those that didn't see the interview, here we go.
This is the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Actually, it was just like, all right, man, we played enough defense.
Chroma's in the building. Get that Chroma's by Chris, fam.
When we first dropped Reasonable Doubt, we sold 34,000 records. We went like at MTV, like, give us a performance in the last slot.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? You don't even have a video that we played. They ain't say these words, but you know what I'm saying. The energy was like, you're new.
Yeah.
Like you haven't proven yourself. But in our mind, the fact that we released an album was proof enough of concept. We did it. That was hard then. We remember, we're not in control of distribution, marketing, anything. We're going like a street level, street team approach to this. And so when we put the album out, that was the win.
Yeah.
And when we had some success, and remember, on the streets we were platinum. Anywhere you was gonna go, you was gonna hear Reasonable Doubt.
Did you feel that way at the time?
No, at the time I wanted a deal.
Were you dejected?
Every single label, huh?
Did you feel like dejected or?
I wasn't. Yes, I was rejected, not dejected.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Like every door was, but I always believed in myself.
Yeah.
It wasn't a moment that I thought I'm not good enough for this industry. At every rejection, I thought, why do they have this guy in place? He doesn't know what's going on.
Like they're slacking. They're not seeing the vision. When you look back at that time, are there things that you're glad that you didn't know?
Yeah, of course. It's almost like if you're in the room and you go through this room and you get to the end and you open the door and you're like, wow. And then you turn back and they turn the lights off and it was like pits and snakes. You know, your naive nature just naturally navigated you through the dark. And that's made up for the things that we didn't know. And it helps because you can learn something so much that you just tap out. I think that happens a lot in the music business. Like people get in the music business for the right reasons and they're very passionate about it, but then it becomes mundane.
It reminds me of an old Kanye quote of something he said about you. When he said, with Jay, you always see the win. What do you think he meant by that?
I think that showed the entire picture, from You Must Love Me to Regrets to, Soon You Understand. But the wins are so big that I can see where that can dominate a person's memory. You forget the losses.
Yeah. Or the perception.
Yeah, or that becomes the perception that it's only wins. And then I do say I will not lose. So I could add to the perception as well.
I was going to say you also are really good at kind of like, you have a discipline of almost like shrugging off any kind of perception of a loss. Like, let's let Ness go 0 for 82, I look at you like it's crazy, like, you know?
Yeah, because it's all wins. If I had 0.1 of the Ness, I won.
Word.
It's like I had ownership in a basketball team in Brooklyn.
Is that something you continue to apply? Like,
yeah,
when, God forbid, something goes wrong, don't freak out. We can.
It's not even God forbid when something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. Everything in life happens for your greatest good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I had to not get a deal in order to become who I am today. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel like the greatest blessing of all. It was the greatest blessing that I didn't get a deal, right? So again, everything in your life, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
When you
don't skip over that.
Yeah.
It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. You just got to know the distinction. Everything is just how you relate to it. There's no good or bad. Shit happens. It's life.
This was what I was talking about earlier. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Listen to me. That articulate talk don't work here. We're not doing that. We're not going to let articulate people decide the decisions we're going to make from logic thinking. So we really have to understand more that it's more than you saying, oh, well, you know, everything is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Whether it's bad, good, ugly, it's for you. If this happens, it lines you up for this. Okay, cool. So, you know, Diddy, for instance. Okay. What's happening to you for what you did, that was for you and it was amazing. Because now you locked up, fam. And who knows when you get out? What's great about that? I just want to know. I'll wait. Because tell me what's great about that. I get a person telling me that when I get that all things work together for the they say and throw that shit in there, but they'll try to underlay it when God done already said that all things work together for the good. You understand, fam? Hold up. Good, bad, ugly, and all that. But when a person like this come up with this corruption, and they come up and say they just try to tweak it just a little bit. They'll just tweak it. And tweaking it makes it a lie. It's not truth now anymore. We won't allow that. Because at the end of the day, if I did that wrong, consequences are bad. If I did it good, consequences are right. So when people like this that we know are doing bad, too much that came up on your name, it's too much evidence everybody that talked about you is real. Come out and say, oh yeah, you know, ain't nothing happening to you. It's for you. It's never to you. That's the elite making you think that even in the worst states and the humiliation is still for you. You understand what I just said? That's the elite talking in his mind. That's been training these people, making them think that that humiliation is a part of your life. That humiliation is a part of you. It matters to be humiliated to all of a sudden hold new. They want you to kill old self to become a new person in a humiliating way. There's no way God wants to humiliate you for you to become born again. Makes no sense. And that's why you need to hit that like button, double tap that screen, because some people gonna hear this shit and they're gonna fall off the path that yet they don't even know God been putting them on because of the struggles. There's a road for you. And whether it's bumpy, it's still your path. Because he definitely tell you there's a way that seemeth right, but the ends thereof is death. There is no way this man is sitting here on this screen telling me that I'm going to accept what's happening, that all things that's happening to me is always for me. It's a difference in the path. It's a difference in accepting what we have done and the consequence for it. up against telling me that you can be out here doing stuff to people like this in a bad way, and yet you still looking at life like you gonna be rewarded? You better shut the fuck up talking in here like that. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, learn something right now. We cook it.
When did you reach that acceptance of that concept then?
I read a lot of books early, Seed of the Soul, Celestine Prophecies, and all these different books, and I was picking up all these gems and jewels.
Okay, so Seed of the Soul, Seed of the Prophecies. See, these books are demonic. These is the thoughts of a man that says, do what thou wilt. Are we gonna cook tonight for real? See, I talk, I play, I do a lot, but when it come down to it, we still gonna get to the meat and potatoes. Because you're talking to a very confident, understood man that understands what times we're in. He just told you what he's reading. Jaguar Wright just told you what she's worshiping. What we talking about? Let's go.
Away. But I was also 26 when I came in, and I lived a lot of life for in those 26 years. Marcy to Trenton, New Jersey, to Cambridge, Maryland, to Newport News, Virginia. I met all sorts of people in all sorts of situations. And I came out without a scratch. Never been to jail.
3 shots never touched me.
3 shots never touched me. I've never been, I came out unscathed. It's very rare. And I was always curious after that. Once you reach that part, like I've had the living, and now I'm like, man, why did that happen? I'm always questioning, like, why did that happen? Why did it happen that way?
See, and that's sad because when you're talking about 3 shots never touch him, and now he said through all of those situations where he ended up at. And then the main thing that was the biggest thing that he said, he never was touched. He never was locked up. But everybody around him was touched. Everybody around him was locked up. I'll tell you something, man. You know, when God got his hand on you, there's one thing. But it don't get that you ain't perfect, though. It's something about a person that always escape, but everybody else go down. What? You better hear me right now. It's something about that always escape, but everybody else go down. And I'm saying that because of multiple situations. We're not talking about one out of this or this out of that. Because I can tell you if God kept me, you hear me? In car accidents or other situations where only I know this nigga didn't do it. But when you talking about somebody always there's an escape. And we both doing the same thing. Why are you escaping? Not me, though. And we both in the same water swimming. How the hell are you getting out? We come from the same hood, same projects. Don't nobody know how to swim. But for some reason, nigga, I'm drowning. You ain't just swimming with the fishes, nigga. You running that mouth. You got that tongue at work. Because there's no way why he always the one that comes out on top. Press 1 if you understand that Jay-Z, or if you agree that Jay-Z has always come out on top, press 1. Because I'm telling you, in every situation that's come, even from Biggie being gone and Tupac, boy, it was always Jay. Press 1 if you believe what I'm saying right now. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. I need to see more green in her. I need members in her. I need members in here. I need members to understand what's going on. I need emails from members, fam. I need to write down emails from members, fam, so we can understand on Fridays. We want to bring everybody in on a Zoom, you feel me? Where we have everybody on one situation as members, fam, making it work the way it's supposed to be. Press 1 if you agree with me. You can also understand that in the light of a friend or a fam that want to support you, might want you to be a member. You better thank God if they do that. You better shout them out. And you better get right and get it real. You understand what I'm saying? Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We're trying to make sure we understand why we cooking. Let's go.
give just a little bit about a written testimony specifically, just because that was the most recent release. I think it came out like right before the pandemic started, so
yeah, like the day.
The day.
Yeah. My favorite verses off that just jumbled track. Yo, I love that track. It's so noisy and just so unorthodox. Flux capacitor.
You know what's funny about that? So I don't know if you remember this. You and I were emailing about that. Because I wrote about that album. And I said, this verse is crazy even if it's offbeat.
Yeah.
And you said that being offbeat was the point, champ. And I was like, what can I say to that?
Yeah, sometimes you need to sit in the pocket. Cause my pocket is always, it's like with a foot over the thing anyway. It's always hanging to the last moment. And it's like, because sometimes I try to fit a lot of words into like a small space.
And that's so sad, Chris.
Last word, just like,
fam, my early days, let's be real, I'm gonna just keep it 100. My early days, fam, with the music, I was fitting a lot of words into pockets. I would just find these pockets where they would sit. I could say, put it in the beginning of the defendant is a high rep, he feeling offended, so I gotta win it myself. You probably didn't even get that. Right, like, and it's so funny where I'm talking about, like, I'm just talking about how, like, you could be rapping and then certain words will just fall in certain places to make sure you still on beat. You get what I'm saying, fam? Yeah. So it's different, but I've got like 10 mixtapes. That's just to the side. Before albums even started was being made. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna tap y'all into that audio map. I'm gonna tap y'all into that. Cause it's Dealatofficial live. I had Hitman DJs. This one, Rick Boy selling net, walked in, want to check, right, wrong slit, Brett bought a Cadillac, throw some D's on it. That's when he came. He came to St. Louis. I opened up a fam, you feel me? And it was a heavy situation, but it was a lot came out of that. And that was at that time where I was like dropping certain stuff, you know, but words will fall in certain pockets. So I get what he's saying, but I told you I came up on this. I don't even know what to call this thing. This Epstein file. I came up on this Epstein file. You hear me? That put me where I'm at right now with the flow, with the tone, with the stuff, when you can control it. You hear me? When I just said what I said about, like, put it in the beginning that the defendant is a high rep. He feeling offended, so I got to win it myself. Taking up room so they know that I broke that down real quick, but I say, put it in the beginning, the defendant is a high rep, he feeling offended, so I gotta win it myself, taking the room so they know that there ain't no space left, give me the room so I can sweep it off the shelf, with or without your help, we gon' keep it to the scalp in the Midwest, feel it to the felt. You said that fast, but you already know it's so structured a certain way. You feel what I'm saying, fam? To structure it, to slow it, but it's just to be able to control it. You feel what I'm saying? That's the point of me listening to this Epstein guy, to be able to control flow coming from my city. Nobody was doing that. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of put us into a certain position early. You get what I'm saying? Because we was able to do things they wasn't doing because I was listening to an East Coast human. Crazy, bro. Crazy how it go. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We cooking in here.
A couple of verses on there that I really like because they kind of speak to what's going on with you in a broader sense in the culture. Like on Universal Soldier, I think it is, when you said that you don't keep the same energy for the DuPonts and the Carnegies.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the show.
Shout out Demi.
That's a mind.
I need your email, Demi.
Back in the day for trigonology. He was like, no, I'm not going for that.
He said, no, I'm not going for that.
No, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get hit by taking advantage of people. I didn't take it with no one.
Hey, hold up. This when you know he start to talk like us. See, he went from articulate, but when he started getting the truth out, he started sounding like you and us, talking to you and us. He sound like he talking to a nigga in the barbershop right now, or like his partner on the porch. You feel me? He like, but I ain't never had to do nothing. Yes, you did. That's why you talking like that now. See, you out of articulate mode now. Because it's hitting home that the truth is hidden. So now your real character is talking. Stop playing with me, bro. This how people tell on themselves. You can't paint that. You can't be acting that long and talk that much when you know what you've done and somebody done put that on your name and you want to clear it.
Right.
You can't clear it without passion. We're almost through this remote. You see how serious this passion is about when I tell it like it is? So you can't tell me this man ain't talking. He almost tapping out of his character. He coming out of his character. You coming out the road, WWE fan. When a WWE person come out of character, you can tell. He coming out because he's starting to care about what he's talking about. Pay attention.
That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, you know, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in the capitalist structure. That structure exists.
He's telling you that.
See the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic.
Woo, he cooking right now because he telling on himself. He's telling you like, what? I ain't take advantage to get her. I see the world as it is, like a capitalist. If it's that, then we do as we should. But I ain't never had to do it this way. If it's got to be done that way, that's how we do it. I should have wrote that down, though. The fact that he just said that let me know he did do it. And then he trying to tell you, I didn't create the rules. I'm just playing the. That's what he's saying. So that means you did do it. Because you're doing by the rules that has to, you're going by the game of the rules that's played in the game, fam. Let's get right. Let's go.
I made sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take advantage of no one. No one. That's not my reputation.
Did you see his fingers? Look at his hands.
By taking advantage of people.
You see his hands, Chris? You see his hand? Now, it's funny because now these are the questions, and now he got his hands stuck a certain way. See, niggas be killing me, bro. Like, but see, this is what I'm saying about love within. People allow this to continuously happen. Because you know how many people done just been like this? We at lunch, having lunch, and we about to drink, and we about to take a shot, and this one nigga just standing there like this. TD Jakes and P. Diddy, hold up. TD Jakes and P. Diddy taking a picture. Nigga just standing there like, yeah. And he over here hugging him like, yeah. Rubbing his head while he's standing there like, yeah. So I'm over here looking at this long finger, this camel finger. What? And he over there just, yeah. We here together. I'm with fam and them. This is how we doing. This is what we doing. All I'm saying is, at this point, we know everything. Yeah. We know how you take. Y'all ever tripped off how fam take pictures? I bet y'all ain't never seen this. Listen to me. Everybody in here listen to me right now. When he take pictures with people, he put his arm over and he do this. Go look at him right now, Love Within. I ain't lying. If you look at Google, look at Jay-Z taking with pictures with everybody. Look how many people he put this finger on. He did it on Megan Thee Stallion. He did it on Blue Ivy. On a plane. He did it on, keep going. But if you see that man do this and you just see that, that mean this the one. That mean this the one that she just sat. Rihanna, look at that Rihanna picture after that 3 a.m. contract. Stop playing with me today. He the one, you the one. You the one, girl. You the one, girl. You the one, girl. You the one. That's what's going on in his mind. The white folk like, you the finger in the air, you the one. You see how amp them elite, boy, the white boys amp. They like making a style, that's what you got her. He take a picture with her like, I got her. She the one, girl. She the one, girl. You feel me? That's how white boys is when they hear about it. They see the picture, they like, oh, he got one. He the one, girl. He the one, girl. He the one, girl. He the one. Put the finger in there. You know what I'm saying? Can you picture white people talking about, he the one, girl. He the one, girl. You picture OG, white OG, them Stewart and Clifton. You the one girl. You all that. Ain't no way, fam. Huh? Yeah, that's what they doing. So that's all I'm saying, fam. They know what they doing. Let's act like we know what's going on. You know what? You know what? Which one you gonna be like? Which one you getting, Billy? I don't know, Richard. I'm thinking I'm gonna get the heavy one. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the heavy one. You know what, bud? You know what? You know what I'm saying? That's how they talking, fam. Yeah. Cause you know Megan. Huh? He like, yeah, let me go for the heavy one. I'm gonna go for the heavy one. Yeah. What do you think, Bill? Yeah, whatever you want to do. Go ahead. Jay's got us. What do you think, Jay? Oh, it's fine with me, whatever you want to do. What? Yeah, that's how they talking to Jay. Jay, what do you think? What do you got, boys? Bring him in. What do you got? You know what I'm saying? Come on, fam. Oh, Lord, gee. Okay, come on. This crazy work. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. I'm just trying to tell you like it is. I'm just trying to tell you like it is.
Money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the struggling artist. That's a mind game. What we would call back in the day for trickology. It was like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take advantage. No one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of.
No, he don't take advantage. He don't take advantage. He take from you. You understand me? He not taking no advantage. That situation he did with Dame Dash, he told on them. Oh, let's get right now if you ain't never know. Snitch in her own right. This mother... almost threw it. Fine. The man snitched on Dame Dash, Suge Knight, Jay Prince. And who was that? Oh man, I can't get the last person. Somebody in here tell me right now, I know fam know. Who Jay-Z stood on when they was talking about doing the independent labels? They was talking about doing independent distribution labels, just like Warner Brothers, Sony, Universal, all of that. And they said, no, if y'all gonna do it, we doing it too. So these black brothers was like, yo, we finna create our own label, our own black-owned situation. And this man, Jay-Z, heard about it. This boy ran right to the elite. I'm talking about like arms track. He ran so fast over there, boy. Got over there.
Alright.
Give me a minute. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. You ain't gonna believe this. No, give me one. No, give me that whiskey, because you ain't gonna believe this. Woo, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna need everything for this. I'm gonna need the yacht. I'm gonna need the color. I'm gonna need my own club. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need your mama, your wife. I'm gonna need everything. I'm gonna need all the boats, nigga. I'm gonna need everybody. Give me a minute. Okay. I just heard that Dame, Suge, Jay Prince, and Pac and them creating their own labels right up under our nose. And they gonna launch it next year at the beginning of the second quarter. And he split it out there specifically and said the second quarter. See, in the world, in business, you gotta understand the quarters. It's how you get paid, how the money falls out, all that stuff, right? So he telling them in the second quarter they're gonna launch it because the first quarter ain't gonna even show what's going on because the first money is gonna come through in the first quarter of royalties. So when they set it up in the second quarter, you're not even gonna know that it's happening because royalties are coming in. So he's like, oh, they finna do that? Okay, cool. So all of a sudden, they chop up Dame Dash and Jay-Z. Slowly but surely, he cut him off. They give him Jay-Z Blue. They give him a 40/40 club. They give him, what else they give him? They gave this boy 40/40 clubs. They gave him Duce 40/40 club, Jay-Z Blue, the Crayola color.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
When I heard of Jay-Z Blue, bro, I was like, what? What the world we living in? You just got your own color.
Okay, I remember that.
I heard but the first time we heard about it, Thunder, feel me right quick, Thunder. Irv Gotti, I believe it was Irv, but Irv ain't here no more. Okay, so Demi said Suge, Gotti, Dame Dash, and Jay Prince. Right, I knew it was Irv. It was Irv Gotti. And you see how Irv ain't here no more? I'ma be real. I don't even know how Irv ain't here no more.
Everybody took him out.
And things like that, I feel like people like Irv that was close to Jay, that was, you know what I'm saying? Close to Jay, like was in the biz, knew about a lot of close things, this, that, and the other, gone. Period.
Yeah, man, gone.
And the way Kanye West shaved his life was about going public and begging not to kill me, Jay-Z, at the concert. Now he living forever.
Yeah. You see how DMX and Jay-Z used to be close like that too, man. He gone now.
They say Irv was sick. Demi says that Feds got on Irv Gotti after that. And the cat said that Irv was sick.
Yeah, I seen him was sick.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's why I'm trying to see if, I'm just basically trying to see what that's about. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We here, let's go.
Loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in a capitalist structure. That structure exists, you know, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be.
He said it ain't about no capitalist structure. Because he's saying that that structure exists. So that means he's doing that structure, Chris. You know what I'm saying, man? He's saying that structure exists, and I ain't taking advantage of nobody. Anything I did it my way. And his way is telling you, Chris, don't go to Chroma's because it's nasty, right? And then you don't. And then you find out I'm on an Instagram picture the next morning at front door of Chroma's eating good popcorn then. Talking about I'm writing off and now I own Chroma's. See, that's how a snake, that's a real true snake.
Yeah, that's that back door.
That's a true snake, fam. Backdoor you. He'll tell you don't do this because Jay-Z told a lot of people don't do stuff. Yep. And he backdoored him and went and did it. And I've heard that on interviews about that.
Oh, yeah.
Is everything in order? All right. So that's what I mean by saying, he's saying that's the truth, bro. He's saying he ain't have to do this and that. But what he do is backdoor you. That's what he do. So that's the truth, that he ain't never had to use nobody for nothing. He'll just tell you to go this way so he can go do it. See what I'm saying? So that's true. But you see the type of truth it is? That ain't right. Demi said that's a snake. That's a real snake.
Yeah.
Hit that like button right now. Double tap that screen. Let's go. A real reptilian.
People speak about the world how they want to see it. You're never going to win like that.
You said something just now, though, about you pushing independence, right? Kind of like in the spirit of Prince. When you embody that, do you feel like you are kind of...
Don't they look like a little kid who he talking to? This little dude look like a little kid. But see, the point I'm making is, that's how you know this is designed even more. Because it's like you're talking to a kid that's not really a person that's going to put weight on you. He's not going to press you about things. He's not going to ask questions that say, if anything, he's a fan and he has to tread lightly. Now, what type of sewing machine is this nigga that you got to tread lightly? What? You better get your metaphors right. Who? What?
Crazy word, bro. The hand picked that man.
Type of sewing machine is you that you got to tread lightly? Who tread lightly when we putting that work together? When we designing something, how we tread lightly when we design? What? I thought we lost your love within. Is you in order?
I was trying to figure out the membership thing.
Okay, shout out to that. She want to be a blessing. She want to be a blessing to somebody in the world. So understand it. It's a blessing. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, huh?
I was hearing you on 3 different screens, so it's a lot.
All over it. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. But what she said, I was hearing you on 3 different screens. I'm gonna say, yeah, subscribe to the channel, you'll miss an episode, and share this with the world. 3 different screens. What you talking about, fam? We out here. Ah, let's go.
Setting a mold or leading a charge for like what the successful black man is allowed to do, and like breaking these spaces, breaking these confines.
Yeah, I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary.
Take what?
Allowed. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to do anything. You know, in order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you. Mm-hmm. No one has authority over us. We exist like everyone else here. No one can allow us to do anything. But that word comes from a real space. And I want to eliminate all those type of words for us.
Yeah.
Yes, so the answer to that is yes.
When you're on a mission to eliminate words like allow, like you said, do you feel like that makes you a target sometimes from?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. What's the Nipsey thing? Pray for me, y'all. One day I'm gonna have to pay for these thoughts. Real niggas is extinct. It ain't safe for me, my dog. These are real fucking lyrics.
You've come back to that a lot in the last few years. Like the more I reveal me, the more they will kill me, and stuff like that. When you say they, like, who is that?
Whatever the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo, and keep us in a position of using words like allow. So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they.
Yeah.
That's they. And it actually goes beyond color.
Yeah.
Because I've encountered that a lot. I've encountered that a lot where it was just like, okay, this is testing the black man, make it, let me go to him.
Yeah.
And for help. And they're like, we don't fuck with no rap shit.
Oh wow.
Not like out like that, but
hit that like button, double tap that screen right now. We need 100 likes right now. Tell the world we need 100 likes right now.
For the first time in a while. Yeah, I wondered what it felt like.
Taking your like back, nigga. Who is this nigga talking to, fam?
Even the people around you.
Who fam talking to?
The people around me more than ever.
Who fam talking to in her dirt? Stacy in the building. I am. Hold up, dirty. I am. I'm taking my like back. Get out my house, dirty. Get out my house. Just say bye so I know you leave. Everybody tell me get out right now. I ain't playing with them right now. Get out. Just get out. Because you one of them. And see, you different. You done called me at the right time, partner. Get out my house. Because right there telling me you're going to take a like back. That's like you. You know what? Tell me you're going to take a like back. That what you said? Boy, if you was... You don't even know that your like can get to that person that needs to hear this so they can change their life. You hear me? And you talking about you're going to take your like back. I could call you a lot of names right now. I could dissect you right now. I could send shots your way right now through the way I'm talking. And I don't even know if I want to give you that energy. But I'm going to tell you something right now, boy. You better get up out of here right now talking about you're going to take a like back. Don't never mess up the system, fam. Come in here accordingly. You don't agree, go on about your business. Don't hit that like button and take it back and then act like we care about you now, because now we got to dissect you. Huh? Coming in here with that quack. Boy, let me... I'm telling you, I need to have something like set up over here that'll shoot at the screen so they can feel it. Once they come in and do something stupid, just hit the button. Bah! You feel me? They go like, ah! And somebody gonna jump back. It's gonna feel like it hit you too. Oh. Yeah, get out of here. Get out! Talking about all this and that. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Boy, we don't need your like. I got an extra one. We need 100 likes tonight right now. Let fam know we don't play no games. Gerard, your mother named you Gerard? Your mother named you Gerard? You must have been in the garage a lot of your daddy, because why garage? Huh? Just call him garage. Boy, that don't mean nothing. Some people name just normal, like Nick. We know it don't mean nothing, but that's Nick. Gerard? Where you come from? Why? You should want to change your name. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, Chris. Gerard, boy, I ain't lying. He almost did my blood pressure boiling. You hear me?
Usually,
I ain't lying.
when I have
Boy,
that feeling,
did it.
Make music and just be therapy.
Yes, he did.
I'll be able to
Boy,
I'll blow it out.
Boy, I ain't lying.
And I would be like, you know, I'll move on. I had to sit in that for a long time. And luckily I had that. And right, again, I built this this circle.
Lori, what's your email?
That's really safe for me. Of people that really love me, not using me, and like, you know, really care for my best interest. So I was able to have that in the time, you know, the most crucial time for me.
Yeah.
Especially people that are close to me, and I'll explain. So like, you know, when those type of things happen.
You see how he talk now? And I explain.
What happened? They don't care. It's like, save yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so I have partners. You know, I've had big deals with, I called my guy from LVMH, hey man, this is coming, and I can't.
I thought you was giving me another one.
I can't take a settlement.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Can you send me another one so I can make sure I got that one that you want on file?
First I tell my wife. It's just
I need to write it down. I got the pen for you, Lord. I got the pen, Lord. I got the pen, Lord. I got the pen, Lord. I got the pen.
I can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament because people know me. Like, I know who you are, and that's impossible. And
Tasha formally in the building. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member. I appreciate you pulling up.
What do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of do to come back from that personally or emotionally, I guess?
I'm still working with that. That's a great question. I'm still dealing with that.
What was it like watching Blue come into her own even more on this most recent tour?
That was amazing. You know, because on the first tour, you know, there was a lot of like, you know, conversation around her first performance, and she worked really hard to get to that point, but she still wasn't going for it. She still was like going through emotions, and then after that, she just started going for it. Like, she started fighting back. I saw her fight, maybe for the first time in her life, like fighting back.
Stephanie in the building.
Everything is just given to
This
her.
is Jay-Z's interview.
She had to fight for
first in a while.
Then to see her do.
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. That screen,
I had to take her off physically or something. I was like, man, you can't be on that stage but she's singing, you know, 6-inch heels. You crazy? That's never gonna happen. You know, like, it was like that. It was like a fight. Or she wanted to dance every single number, and that's a lot of you know, choreography to remember. She was 13 at the time. That's a lot. And she was nailing it. She was going crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah. That Blue was a crazy pianist. But she won't let us get her like a teacher. She don't want to be mentored in that way because she wants it to feel just like fun. She don't want it to be a job. But when she has a perfect pitch. Anything. If she hears a song, she'll be like, play it again, and then she'll play it.
Oh, wow.
Like, she'll teach herself. She'll find the notes, and then she's off playing it. That's just talent. Because we tell her, like, you know, that's not normal, right? And she's just like, no, I just want to play. I enjoy playing. Let me just play. So she doesn't work at that. She worked at this.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You know, and, you know, it makes me
shout out Chevy with the donations in the clock.
She really wanted to do. I don't think we're going to be able to get her off that stage now. I don't know.
You pop out like when you want to, you record when you want to, like you're not in that, like that stricture.
Yeah, I think 444 released a lot. Although it's the hardest album for me to make, it's still hard to, I can't even listen to 444. Because it's the album that I was always afraid to make.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
listen,
like,
real quick.
about,
let's make sure we understand what's going on. Listen, you see the cash app. You want to be a blessing. You want to donate. Look at the pin, all the way pinned in the chat. It's already pinned at the top of the donation in the chat. That's the cash app, fam. You see the super chat. It don't matter. Whatever it is, fam. It's all love. Because at the end of the day, this gets further to somebody that need to hear it so they can listen and know what's to come. You understand? That's all it's doing, fam. So I need you to understand respectfully. You see it. You see it. You understand it. Let's do it. Let's go.
like, now I want to make an album like it's just like pure and just like vulnerable and just like the real interior thoughts. You know, not like, you know, this Superman, like this mythical figure.
So it's interesting for you to like pinpoint that, because like we were saying earlier, the last time you did one of these like kind of real sit downs was around 444, when that had like just happened and just come out. So I'm curious now, like what it's like that it's been some time since that, and how you've kind of evolved with those changes and going through that door, like you said.
I'm super proud of the work that I've done and put in, and to be able to
within shout out to the 100 on the stick.
Yeah.
Like most people, you know, they get to
big dogs,
you know, go through their things, you know, very privately.
You took it on tour
live every night. It was so healing. 444 to everything is love. That's a real chapter in life
let's get right. Let's get right.
Everything
Let's
is
get
love.
right.
You're rapping. Like there's some crazy verses on there where you're just like flowing nuts. Like friends and nice, you know, like.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm a fan of my wife's creativity. She's a monster in the studio. She can hear like a sound off of like a drum 8 months prior. And you're like, what happened to that drum that was, remember that song? I'm like, no. And she'll pull out a drum sound that's like needed for that moment. You know what I mean? She's a great producer. So when you're around that type of talent, it's just like, again, you know, you're in that type.
See, this right here, Chris, really disturbs me, fam. But I've always been able to see. That's why I hate this. This guy. I hate him because when I'm hearing him, it give me ideas. You get what I'm saying? And that's where I came from. Because some just hit me with the farthest than the farthest. We farther than the farthest magnitude. Simplifying a place that we can relate to. Similar traits make rules. Get it straight, fool. We obligated to make you yesterday's news. See, stuff like that, it do that. You know what I'm saying? But it has a message in it when you're talking to articulate people. And see, shout out Jay, because he's been that, but we want to take that shout out Jay back. Because you still denying your kid. You're still denying your kid. And your name was in the files, fam. You don't get a pass. Even today's Jay-Z don't get a pass. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really know where he was going with the her stuff. You know, her was doing this. I'm like, you gonna go from regular to something, and then Marley, and then this, and that. He buy Marley for real, right? But it's like, you knew he was trying to like look after this painter.
Yo, Basquiat.
What we doing, man? See, now it don't feel like you natural. Now it feel like, you know, I want to look like him. And then when 50 Cent found out he was trying to really look like him, where's the creation in that? What's creative about that? You telling me you want to look like another person. Now, let me tell you something, Chris. If your hair cut a certain way, partner, shout out to you. I like how you sharp, you smooth. I'm going to ask you who did it. You get what I'm saying? Who did it? I'm with you. We rock it. I didn't say I want to look like Chris, though.
Alright. See, ain't time to do this now.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to be sharp, like fan, like Chris, but I ain't saying fan, but it's different. Because if I got to say, oh no, give me that Chris. Yeah, fam over there, give me that Chris. Yeah, I'll be straight today. Yeah, 5 minutes, give me that Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that, fam? Because now I ain't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm over here walking around. 2 Chris out here walking around. One in the Loop, one in the Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing? Because you know what I'm saying? Let's be real. We got to keep it 100. We got to separate ourselves, but yet Jay, that people looking up to this man and he trying to look like this man. I'm talking about, bro, the hair, skin, even down to what he wear. I was like, are you really trying to look like, because he doing the hair and what he wear. Hold up, you can do just the hair, but what I'm wearing?
Yeah, he was wearing clothes
It just sits so, That don't sit well with me. And I was at a point looking at you like, boy, can't nobody F with Jay-Z. You understand me? This is sad. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We almost at 100 likes. We ain't playing. We ain't ending the night without 100 likes. You better say, I'm gonna say it again. We ain't ending the night without 100 likes. Let's go.
The energy.
Yeah, Chris.
People bring music and it's just a vibe. So those verses are just crafted because we were just having a good time.
It feels like you.
Hey, real quick, my fault. Bam! Don't forget, fam, you see it right there. No filter, everything, all the clothes, everything, left to right, right to left. Your color, your shirt, your hoodie, everything you need, fam. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Understand, right there, one woman, one man. They gonna win the hoodie this weekend. We've had some setbacks on delays in the movement, but everything is shipped out. It should be pulling up at your door, fam. But one woman, one man gonna win. Yeah, a No Filters hoodie, fam, or a No Filters t-shirt, fam. You understand what I'm saying? All you got to do is put it in the raffle. $2, $5. That'll get you popping. Yeah, that get you going. Any one of them colors, signed by your boy Dilla T, sponsored by Nene Love Savvy TV, making sure that all hoodies, all clothing is stamped and ready for what we need moving forward. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You understand? We cooking in here. Let's go. 100 likes. Only way we're gonna end the night.
We're in a real creative zone too right now. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the last couple albums she's put out, I've noticed your name in the liner notes a lot too. Like, I can kind of picture you like in the studio pulling a unicorn as the uniform you put on, you know?
Yeah. Again, it's that energy. Like, I know what she's trying to accomplish, and anything that I can contribute. I mean, with my family, first of all, I thought it was super important and a challenge and fun to be in the room.
Does that give you some of your own creative spark to get back to your own zone and get the pen out?
It actually does the opposite.
I'm
actually fulfilled in that space. You know what I mean? Just to be like, a small cog in that wheel. I'm getting out that creativity. But again, I was just so heavy. And I don't know how to make music that's not reflective of how I'm feeling at the moment. It would have been fiery, but I don't know. I don't know if it done more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because, I have a lot of scratch ideas and they're all bad.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. They're bad. It's just all bad.
The streets really wanted you on that Clips album.
Yeah, I was close. But I think the first thing that I say, it has to be said from me.
It can't be like
I don't want to be
Martha in the building. Martha Ortiz in the building. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, Martha.
But at that moment.
Who you talking about, Martha? Hold up. Who sound high pitched, Martha? Who you talking about? Because I'm a man. So ain't nothing high. And ain't nothing pitching. But the money and the weed. Who in high pitch? I just want to know who you talking about high pitch, Jay. Okay, thank you so much, Martha. I appreciate you, really respect you. Thank you so much for pulling up. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You fam. We appreciate it. Become a member. It's okay, become a member. You hear me? Join, become a sponsor. It's all together. Thank you so much. It's all together.
Home and out.
Yes.
It's I want to do something, but in order for me to move forward, I gotta
order?
This shit out.
Do we have it?
I gotta get it out.
Do we have it?
When we're talking about coming up with a culture, what does it mean to you to be at the helm of a cultural event so important as the Super Bowl?
I think everyone should experience music in its totality. And for a lot of years, it was only one side of music that was being represented.
Yeah.
And we got the opportunity to create a more balanced idea of what popular music is.
Been talking about that Johnny Gill.
I'm not going out on a limb. It's the most famous music in the world.
Statistically supported.
Thunder, you supposed to been a member.
Artist that I really like from Portland. The #1 streamed artist in the world. Him.
it's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that last year was that. Was that a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversations that was like dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, the stats show Kendrick broke the audience record.
Yeah.
It's not a rocket science. It's like this is the music of our time. And it should be represented on the biggest stage because these are some of the, I'm not saying they're the only artists, right? Obviously other artists will be offended.
Yeah.
But I think that was the right choice.
As a rapper, first and foremost, and being one of the pillars of contemporary rap, I would have to imagine that you got a special kick out of watching that show, though, in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brave. I thought what he did was brave, and it speaks to who he is as a performer. He could have made it a little easy on himself.
Just aesthetically and like with the...
No. Aesthetically, it was beautiful. It was flawless. The artistic choice to play
the new album.
The new album was a choice, and brave in front of that big of an audience. Because even if 10 million people know some of these songs, there's 120 million people that's like, what is he doing? And as an artist, to stand up there and do it and complete your vision was like, I had to tip my hat. Like, I had a high respect for him already, but like even more my respect was like, he's really about what he says he's about.
Yeah.
I really appreciate Larry Bird pulling up. I really appreciate Levy pulling up. I appreciate Kalia Hudson. Shout out to you, Kalia. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a meme of Kalia. It matters. Kalia asks and says, whether in secret or out in the open, what are they doing for the community? For people for whoever is by their CDs and tapes and music. How are they giving back, or is it just more greed? I need to know. Well, let's be real. Let's keep it all the way 100. We know that it's greed, and we know that it's a system that's designed to grind, and there's a system that they have. Have you ever tripped off how everybody has a, what is that called? Everybody has a foundation. Woo-hoo. You finna find out something for real. The reason why everybody has a foundation, okay, trip off this. Every rich person has a foundation, literally. When they bet and they do things, they bet and say, hey, I'll bet and put it towards your foundation. Okay, hold up. This might be a members only thing. I don't know if this is some information I should be putting out there right now because, oh, we at 100 likes. Just gonna have to hit the next one. Because what I'm gonna break down is why the big people have foundations and why money is never put in their hand. It's a reason why it's gathered to their foundation and how they on the back end get it. See, there's a front end and a back end. When I do a show, I need that front end and back end in the front. When a battle rapper goes to battle rap, he get that front end down, and as long as he do right by the end, he get that back end. You understand? Yeah. So that's what I mean by saying there are foundations that the rich people have, and they're using these foundations to move money and move campaigns. They're using these foundations to gather. Right.
Oh, and terrorists and stuff too.
Right. So when we talk about, when she just asks, how are they supporting the community? They're not really putting anything back into the community at all. And if they are putting it into the community, it doesn't matter. Because even after they put it into the community, they are still moving corruptly. Foundations are to be seen as charitable work to show that you are a caring citizen. That's about the best way to break it down in a uniform term. foundations or charitable works to show that you are a, I don't even know what I said, type of citizen.
Good Samaritan or something like that.
There you go. That's a good word too. Good Samaritan. That's the best word, really. Thank you, Martha. So understanding the truth in that, Martha, that's what I mean in breaking that down. Kalia Hudson says, I believe people need to wake up, just like they waking up to some of these pastors. They need to wake up to a lot of these artists that don't have nothing good for him, talking about the hood talking. So, a person like this, I know how old you is, Kalia, because the way you talking, I know how you coming. You sound like one of them. You sound like one of them grumpy people that's like tired. You like people need to live their life, get themselves together, and that's what they doing, and they know we ain't with it because pastors terrible, artists crazy, and everybody talking about the hood. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm with you. I agree. It's true. But I want you to understand that this is the typical life we're living in because this is what goes on. Once we found out that pastors are moving like they are, we knew that that was the real thing. But it's okay because knowing what we know now, you know what I'm saying? It's different because of knowing how some of these pastors and how some of these artists are moving, and knowing that we know it's not good for them, but they don't know, but they do know. But again, there's something bigger, and that means everlasting royalty. That's why they call it royalties, that you get paid. Is you living royal, everlasting. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's a real thing. Let's go.
I have to ask you this only as a participant, and
You don't have to give a disclaimer first.
well, I'm just saying, as someone who was part of probably the genre's biggest rap beef.
Well, until now.
As a spectator, what did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake?
I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like. That's presumptuous. I think that, look, there was 4 pillars of hip hop.
Oh, we made it.
Right. We break dancing.
Did we make it?
And some graffiti.
Yeah.
There's DJing. And back.
Yeah.
Okay, we made it with the level.
It's actually the Olympics.
I mean,
sport.
get you something to smoke if that's what you do. And she over here like
graffiti.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You know, in certain places.
Shout out to that. We in here. Oh, it happened. It happened. Shout out to Lever said, thanks for airing the legend. Let me tell you something, man. I think you almost touched my heart in saying that because it was the way that you said it. I don't know if it's the legend part or the thanks. But both of them went together in saying, understanding that it takes things like that to hear because somebody care about this tonight. Somebody care about this man saying what he's saying. Why? Because some people love Jay-Z. And I'm going to be genuinely real with you. This brother has done some things that we didn't know could be done. And this brother's done some things, or we didn't really say he's done those things, to be honest, because things have just been done. But we don't really know to say. But yet you can see him from reasonable doubt to the NFL. And you can almost pat him on the back and say, you made it. That's it. Even if it was the corrupted part for a black man to have to go through the system that me and Chris don't know about.
Yeah.
And yet you did that system just for the black people to see you in a different light than what they see us all in. That's the sentimental part of this. You understand? Because at the end of the day, he's still a black man in a world that you have to play by the rules. You either gonna break them to become the 1%, or you're gonna stay in line to be in the 99.
That's cool. But you know, look right there.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't speak.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's nefarious work, man.
I know it is, fam. What I say, you gonna break the rules to be in the 1%.
Or you gonna live fine in that 99. I think I said that. Or you gonna,
That's real. Damn it, it's real. You can't write that shit if it ain't. You understand me? You coming in here talking all that, yeah, I got the money, I got the power, I got the kill, I got the draw, I got the word, I got the yeah, I got the yeah, I got the... And it's like, nigga, what you talking about? Things that matter, man, take time. You hear me? Value takes time to create. I think the craftsmanship of value is more when you can actually design it the way you want it. You hear me? If we could all design love the way we want to design love, it wouldn't be what it is today. Love is so designed a certain way for us to use it and take it in the manner that we want to use it as. You get what I'm saying? That's the only real free thing in the world that we could really use. That's the only free thing we could really use to our advantage is love. Without getting locked up, without being torn apart, without losing life, without nothing. Love is the only thing that we can control to design it the way we want it, to implement it, to place it on the people we want to place it on, to make it as we see such. You need to thank God that you're still in the land of the living to be able to love. Because there's things going on like this type of conversation here that you might have had love for this person at one time, and now that love is gone. Because of his actions that preceded him. And you don't know what his actions have been for him to survive. You don't know what he's had to do to stay in position. See, let me tell you something. Once you become a name in the world, you have to stay in the world. There's no way you become Jay-Z and then just you're not Jay-Z no more. You get what I'm saying? Think about if Jay-Z would have faded to black. Who really would have been that? The Diddy's of the world. You know what I mean? It's hard to think the world would have been without a Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Like, who would have just... Like, if they'd have knocked Jay-Z, that'd have been another Pac and Biggie. But not really in that form. Because he didn't hold no weight like them at the time. Get what I'm saying? If he's not here today, then we would see him gone like them. But back then, he was nothing but Hawaii Soaky fame. That's what he was making them albums, and Tupac was going off on. So what we talking about, fam? The value of love, the value of a person. We love this man back here, but yet this man don't love us. He done got a part of them folk that tell him what to do in the sickest ways for him to be in the position he in. And if it take that to be in the 1%, I don't want in. Let me say that again. If it takes that to be in the 1%, I'm okay with the 99.
So,
as always, fam, know what it is. And if you didn't, you know it now. As always, you in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam right here at No Filters. As always, I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up, man. It matters so much more. Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. understanding that we here to inform, understand, and be aware. That if it walk like a, talk like a, that's what it is. And it's duck hunting season, fam. Truly, I appreciate each and every one of you all as always caring about what we're discussing, making your time, taking your time to pull up on your boy Dilla T here with my fam here at No Filters. As always, you know what the raffle is. One woman, one man will win a hoodie or a t-shirt. Coming in on the 27th of this month. Quickly, get your raffles in, get your super chats in so we can run them up, fans, so we can figure out what we're doing and who will win this month's raffle for one woman, one man that'll get a Dilla T shirt or hoodie signed by your boy Dilla T. Sponsored by Nene Love Savvy TV in the building as always. Family, I truly appreciate you all taking time to talk, chat, speak, and listen. As always, it matters that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode and share this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Make sure you get you something to eat, something to drink, and something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Ha! You in here with your boy Dilla T, my fam. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Keep that ham on you. Y'all be safe. God bless.